Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, it's Dr. Phil here. Now, I've got a little bit more of a serious topic to discuss, and that's the war in Ukraine. We can't ignore it. We know that the Ukrainian people are suffering at the moment, and essentially they are suffering for the right to, be Ukrainian. And it's a horrible thing to be going through if it was happening to you. You wouldn't want to do it. And so I am unashamedly on the Ukrainian side in this conflict. And I think that there is something practical that we can do as, civilized people, and the Americans will have to make a bit of a compromise. So think about this. Think about the way we actually spell our words. So here's the word realize, here's the word actualize, this is the word fantasize. Now these three words are done with the American spelling. If you notice something about it, there is something in there, the letter Z, or the letter Z, as said in America. There's nothing wrong with this. It was a modification that was made about 100 years ago when they were trying to standardize the alphabet. They weren't necessarily trying to Americanize it, they were just standardizing it. So it's not a problem per se, but in the end, what's happened is there are subtle differences between spelling in England and spelling in America, and this is one of them. Now, the reason why I've brought this up now is because of this. We have tanks which are running riot in Ukraine at the moment, and they have very proudly emblazoned on their sides the letter Z, the letter Z. It's a bit of an outrage. It's almost a symbol of another regime that I'm not going to mention for monetization reasons. I don't like the idea of this becoming a symbol of that, but I think that there is something we can do, a compromise, if you will. And that compromise is relatively simple. If we go back to British spelling, I know it's a bit of a hard ask for the Americans to do, and I'm not trying to be snobby, but if we go back to British spelling, think about it. Realize, instead of being spelled with a Z or a Z, it's spelled with an S. Actualize is spelt with an S. Fantasize is spelt with an S. As a matter of fact, anything with the suffix IZE, will suddenly become ISE. And all of a sudden, you are removing the Z or the Z from your spelling. Just a thought, but it's another subtle way that we can just mention our support for the Ukrainian people. Just a thought. I wonder what other people think about it. Dr. Phil out.